You got me to a beat, boy, you crazy. Got me in the rough, you look as good as this. Don't wanna freeze up. If you drinking, you should bring it. Let's just start it. What's up, bitch? First, I found myself. Back home, I'm the president. I'm Obama. I couldn't get on the drum. What's up, y'all? Let's get it going. Here Tuesday. It's not fucking Tuesday. Let's get it. Let's run it up. Let's get a couple. All right, win double digits. Let's go. All right, guys. NBA playoffs. No more handicapping. Injury reports. No more handicapping. The Washington Wizards tanking. The Jazz tanking. We get good basketball, baby. This is where money can be made, but it takes patience. You guys got to understand that defense will step up. These guys are the best players on their college teams in Europe. Whenever you hear people say, oh man, NBA's got no defense, they don't know what good ball is. These motherfuckers just are that good offensively. So point is this. Tonight, you will see guys miss their lines. I'm not recommending you take a bunch of unders. Let's see where it shakes out tonight. I have 5 NBA plays in my package for the NBA tonight. Go buy the playoff pass. You'll have those. We have a lock. Honestly, and for you guys that are tuned in, I appreciate you tuning in. I'll tell you my lean right now. I think the Miami Heat +6, +7, +8, whatever you want to do on that line, it's too many points. You have Eric Spoelstra. He is a good head coach. He's been here. He's been in this spot before, right? And then you've got a lot of players that have been here in this spot before. From Tyler Hero to Bam Adebayo, from Norman Powell, a lot of guys on that Miami Heat team. I'm not saying they're going to win this game outright. I have a future bet on the Hornets to make the playoffs. We'll see if they can get through this play-in. They got to win the next round as well against the loser of tonight or for tomorrow night, I should say, out of the East for their playing game. So I do lean towards the Hornets a little for the money line, just because they have that young, energetic talent. But this is a new thing for them, man. They have not been in this spot before. They didn't look great to close the season out. They won that last game, but who's Sunday was just garbage. You know, I don't count anybody winning that day as a good win. And they were struggling a little bit down the stretch to close out the last couple games of the season. So I just think it's too many points. I would rather have +6 with Miami in a playoff atmosphere, in a physical game where the whistles will probably be put away a little bit. We're not going to see Bam Adebayo getting easy fouls, going for 83 tonight. So that's where I'm at on that one, guys. I'm going to lean money line on the Suns, or you could go -3 on the Suns. I do think the Suns edge them out. They have the defensive edge. I believe they have the better skilled players. And then I think it's too many points for Miami. I think this is a one-possession game. I could see a buzzer beater in this one, guys. I could see it being a buzzer beater, a last-second shot. Who's got the ball last? So that's where I'm at, guys. So that's NBA. I will give you a couple player props and tell you where some players have edges. I know we have home runs. We got a whole big thing to get to. Heat and Hornets over 128. Is that for the first half? Is that what you're asking, first half? They have that line, the full game line, and I don't know if I trust playing numbers today. We just don't know what the NBA is going to do with the whistle. But if you look at the full game numbers, 227. If you look at the full game, it's 227. So if you're saying 128 on the half, they're looking for you guys to take the scoring in the first half. I just don't trust anything. If anything, the under might be alive for the Suns game, just because the Suns are known for their defense, and so are the Trailblazers. So if you wanted to play a number, the only one that I kind of handicapped today was the Suns. I didn't really look too much at this one. But obviously, these are two fast-paced teams. The Heat like to play with pace, and so do the Hornets. So if you did want to play a number, I would think the over would be alive. I would rather be on the side of the over for the Hornets game and then be on the under for the Suns game. That's just my take on it. I didn't really handicap and look at the data on that too much. But just knowing these two teams, I would want to bet my money on the over for those guys and then the under on the Suns side. So that's where I'm at on that one, guys. Wrap up NBA. I'm going to give you a couple plays really quick. First basket. If you guys haven't looked into Blowout Alert, I've been talking about it. It is my application designed with my partner down in Puerto Rico. Phenomenal programmer. Guys, this is going to be the top sports application, period. And we have built a first basket generator where it tells us how often these guys score in the first couple minutes of the game and how many looks they get right out the gate. So tonight, I like Brandon Miller to get the first basket, and I like Donovan Clingan to get the first basket. So those are my takes on first baskets tonight. Donovan Clingan and Brandon Miller for first baskets. And then just to wrap up the NBA guys and move on to MLB for Dinger Tuesday, I do like the Heat tonight for the spread. I do not want to say they're going to win on the money line. I don't really lean aside. Maybe the Hornets, I think the Hornets are a tough team to beat, and they're at home. But I think the inexperience in the playoff atmosphere might keep this game close. I don't see it being a blowout. I don't see either games being a blowout tonight. I think they're good. Just like last year, the playing games were some of the better games of the first round. So I think we see that same energy tonight. The playing games, win or go home, with professional players, man. So I would say over. If you wanted to take the number, the 227, I would lean more towards the over in that game, like a 118 to 116 game, or like a 120 to 117 game. Like, think that it goes over, and I think it's in the mid 100s, between like 112 to 120 ish per team. So I'd lean on the over, just because of the pace they play with. It just depends on what that atmosphere and what the whistles are like tonight. You got to remember, if they let them play physical, that's going to lower the scoring. So, but I will say, I think I like the Suns and the Blazers on the under, because both those teams are going to come out. They're going to play physical. They both don't particularly shoot the ball fantastic from deep, so most of the points will be in the paint. So I do like the under on that one a little bit. But once again, I don't have money on either of those plays. My money would be on Miami covering the spread, and then also the Suns to either win on the money line or -3. So if I'm going to put money anywhere on overs or unders, I would say go with the over on the 227 for the Hornets in Miami game, and then you would go under on the Suns and Blazers game. That would just be my take on that for y'all. And then, like I said, I like first baskets for Clingan, and I like a first basket for Brandon Miller tonight. I think they might open it up. I do have Bam for a double-double in one of my parlays. I think he's going to have to hit the boards tonight for them to compete. I also think Miles Bridges has an advantage on PRA. I think his PRA is very alive and active. They're going to need Miles Bridges to rebound the ball, assist the ball. He's going to have to play a good game for them to compete. This just can't rely on LaMelo Ball and Con Knuppel tonight. I think Miles Bridges is a key piece to this team, and I think his PRA is just a little shy. If you can grab it at 23.5, I think it's a good number. I said on my YouTube live earlier today, I really liked Devin Booker's PRA. Thought he's got a big spot today. He could easily get you 6 to 8 assists, get you 3 to 4 rebounds, and get you 25 to 30. So I think his PRA is definitely live. Devin Booker, Pelly Larson from the Heat. I think his points and assists, or his points and rebounds. I think the points and assists are, I want to say the assist. Points and assists at 12.5. I like that number. So I'm on that, the points and assists. All right. I'm going to move off of this, guys. I'm going to give you a couple looks. I'm not going to give you the stats. I'm just going to give you the looks. Take a look tonight at Brandon Miller for 3 threes. Scoot Henderson for 2 threes. Kamara for 3 threes. You could also take a look at Clingan for 2 blocks. Clingan for a double-double. Bam Adebayo for a double-double. Who else do I like in here? Oh, LaMelo Ball for over 22.5 points. I think he should get you 25 tonight. And that's where I'm at, man. That's just a couple looks for you guys that I have built into a couple of my parlays. Once again, blowout alert. I use a lot of the data from blowout alert to decide which side I want to lean when I'm handicapping games, who has an edge and who does not. A lot of what I have written down here, guys have clear advantages and edges tonight. Dylan Brooks for 2 steals, 1 to 2 steals. There's an advantage there. He's going to bring the defensive tempo. I believe Dylan Brooks has 2 steals tonight, at least 1. You could do like Brooks for 1 steal and Clingan for 2 blocks. It's a nice little 2-leg defensive parlay. So, yeah, man, just take what you want out of this. But those are some things you should look at. Con Knuppel hasn't been shooting the ball all that well the last couple games. I think this is a get-back spot. You could take him for 3 threes and 15 points. I like Knuppel here as well. Tyler Hero He should get 3 threes tonight. They're going to need him to shoot the ball if they're going to win this game. So Tyler Hero's plus money for 3 threes. They're going to need him tonight to shoot the three. So he hasn't been doing that consistently all year. But tonight, it's a playoff game. I think Spoelstra's going to tell him, shoot the fucking ball. So give me Tyler Hero for 3 threes as well. All right, guys, moving on to MLB. I know some of y'all are, Pelly Larson. Well, that's why I kind of like his points and assists, right? Because it still gives you the option for if he finishes with, call it like 9 points, he gets you 4 assists. Or you could go with the rebounds, which I think is a little bit higher of a line. But he's got the ability to cover the points and assists line at 12.5 just off of points. So I think there's a little bit of advantage here. You give yourself an edge by allowing yourself, if he misses that number at 10, he could get you some assists. So yeah, Hero's been shaky this year with the threes, guys. So just be careful on that one. That's why it's plus money, but I think there is value there at plus money with Hero on the threes. They're going to need him to shoot the ball tonight in order to win, in my opinion, especially with a team that's going to be shooting the three with LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Tonkanupo, and even Miles Bridges a little bit. So those guys will want to stretch the floor. So if they're trying to stretch the floor, they're going to have to play that same brand of ball with Norman Powell and Tyler Hero, in my opinion, especially if the Hornets shoot the ball well tonight. Yeah, Pelly Larson, points, assists, and points in general. I think I said on my live earlier on YouTube, I really liked and leaned the side of Pelly Larson to have a good game tonight, Devin Booker to have a good game tonight, LaMelo Ball, and I think Donovan Clingan gets that double-double. I really do. I think he's going to finish with 12 rebounds, 13 points. He's been running the floor really well, and they've been finding him in transition. So that's where I'm at. All right, guys, let me scroll through here real quick, just see what you guys got. And I'll go from there. I will give you guys a home run. If you're not in my free chat and you need to get in there, I'll be dropping a home run in there. And I'll be dropping the home run report if you want to buy it for $10. All right. I don't see many questions. Somebody asked about Portland. I don't think Portland wins. I think Suns win. I think they got the better defense, and that's what's going to decide it. Mets money line on baseball. I don't know, man. The Mets just can't hit the ball. The Mets can't hit the fucking ball. So I don't know if I will trust the Mets tonight. The Dodgers have been so hot. All right, guys. So here I'll jump into it here. We're going to get into the baseball now. I got a couple games that I like. Somebody asked about the Tigers in the chat. I'm leaning towards the Royals tonight, man. You got Cole Ragans. I know he left the game early last game. He got hit by a ball. Look, Ragans can absolutely throw fucking high stinky cheese. The man can pitch the ball. And the Tigers are one of the worst teams in the league as far as on base percentage and hitting the ball. They rank in the bottom of the league right now, and they're facing a great pitcher. So if you're not putting guys on base, and this was my take on the Rangers last night, I'm happy I played the Rangers the way I did. And I'm happy we played the Dodgers the way we did. Because and I'll own it. I took the Nats yesterday. That was a spot play coming off a sweep from the Brewers. I thought they'd be more competitive. Belt to ass with the Pirates. So if you're in my chat today, the guy who said, no, it's going to be belt to ass, you're right. But hey, man, well, all that matters is we're in profit, and we cashed on the play of the day. And the Rangers, I liked them a lot yesterday, and I said it on my live on the money line, minus 136 and minus 1.5. And they did what I thought. So Severino puts guys on base, and they walk them. And that's my thing with the Tigers. I don't know if the Tigers are going to have enough guys on base tonight in order to, win this game. So if you're giving me plus money on the Royals with guys like, Bobby Witt Jr., Mikael Garcia, Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, like you're giving me these guys as hitters against a team that kind of struggles to put guys on base with the Tigers. And then Framber Valdez had a really poor showing last outing. So I think it lines up for the Royals here. I know they're in Detroit, but there's your answer. I would go with the Royals, and I do have money on the Royals, guys. So that's where I'm at on that one. Chase DeLauder might get a home run today. Yeah, I got something on Junior Cavanier. I don't have anything on Chase, but I know he's leads the league. He's up there in home runs this year. Man, what a comeback for Baltimore. I see you guys talking about Baltimore. What a comeback yesterday. I recommended them for minus 1.5. They covered it, but it was not an easy cover. They were getting their ass whooped early on, and those boys got hot. Pete Alonso cashed us on our home run parlay yesterday, so that was nice to see. Friend of mine had Aaron Judge for 2 and Schwarber for 2 yesterday. Good for him. I think it was a plus 30,000 parlay. But yeah, man, that's where I'm at on this one. Today, if you wanted to have a look at 2+ home run guys, I think Yordan Alvarez out of Houston is a good look, and maybe even Bryce Harper today in Philly. Back-to-back games here with two hitters for home runs. Or you could look at maybe like a Hunter Goodman out there with the Rockies. A couple guys for 2+ home runs tonight, if you want to take a long shot. But as far as actual home runs that I like, I think Suzuki out of Chicago is due. And Ohtani looked good last night on the couple pitches he made contact with. That last hit of the night in the ninth or in the eighth, it looked like he was going to go deep into right field, and just came up short. He got under it a little bit. Knowing Ohtani, he's going to get one tonight. Ohtani gets one after you fade him. Like, okay, he didn't get me one last night. I fade him today, and then he's going to go get one tonight. So I kind of like Suzuki and Ohtani for a home run tonight. I know that that's not like a big type parlay where you're like, oh man, 2-leg, I'm getting paid crazy money. A crazy money parlay off of like, you could take this, and I'm going to give this one to you. I think Bobby Witt's due for a home run. He hasn't homered in I think he might have one on the year. And then Sal Frelick, same thing. Sal Frelick's plus 1,200. Sal Frelick was hitting the piss out the ball last year. He's due for a home run as well. Those are both spot plays, both playing against gettable pitchers today. So I like Sal Frelick. And Gossman's not super gettable, but I think that maybe late when the bullpen comes in and Toronto's bullpen has struggled, I would say Sal Frelick is a great play at plus 1,200, and you pair that up with Bobby Witt. That's a plus 9,000 2-leg home run parlay. You're telling me I just need two guys to go yard. Outside of that, I like Sal Stewart off the Reds today. I also like Isaac Paredes off of Houston. I also told you I like Yordan Alvarez off of Houston. But a parlay that I do have sent out to my chat is Suzuki and Ohtani on a 2-leg. So we'll see what happens, guys. They've been slamming the ball, putting it over the wall the last couple days. It was a slow start to the season with home runs. We didn't see a lot of action the first week or two. And what was surprising was the pitchers. The pitchers weren't even dicing guys up like that. I mean, Soriano has been the only guy dicing dudes up really in school ball, obviously. But even Skeens, he kind of underperformed the first few weeks of the season. So he looked good yesterday, but even then, by Skeens' standards, he still missed his strikeout line. I think he had 6 or 7, and his line was at 7.5. So that's where I'm at, guys. What questions do you have on plays, game lines? Let's go through here. Yeah, I like Alvarez and Gunnar. That's a great play. I do like Gunnar Henderson today. I also think Taylor Ward is due for the Orioles. Taylor Ward hasn't really done much since he's came to the Orioles, and he's such a good power hitter. I could see Ward going yard today as well. So Gunnar Henderson, Taylor Ward, both good looks out of Baltimore today. And then I would say Yordan Alvarez or Isaac Paredes out there in Houston, another 2 good looks off of home runs for Dinger Tuesday. You can take that. All right. Here's a free play for you guys. I think this is an absolute lock. I love it. No run first inning. I love the Brewers here in this spot for a no run first inning in the Brewers matchup with the Blue Jays. And I also think Padres with the Seattle Mariners. Those are 2 great games to go no run first inning. Pair them up on a 2-leg for like plus 200, plus 170-ish parlay for a little 2-leg. I like it a lot, man. Brian Wu, Michael King, 2 really good pitchers. I don't think they're going to give up a run in the first inning. They've been pretty sharp this year. I know Michael King had 1 bad outing earlier in one of his starts. But outside of that, Brian Wu has looked fantastic. And then you go over to Gossman and Mizorski. I think I'm saying his name right. Mizorski, something like that. Kid can throw. And point in case is dude can throw. Both those pitchers are good pitchers. I think both those games get through the first inning with no runs. So that's my look for a no-run first inning today, if you wanted to take that. All right, that's where I'm at on my plays, guys. Hopefully that answers some questions for you. I would lean Dodgers. Somebody talked about the Mets. I think I'm going to fade the Mets until they show me they can start hitting the ball. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Yeah, I don't have Gunnar Henderson and Yordan Alvarez paired together. I am going to go in and pair that. I like that play a lot. It sounds good. That play sounds good. Yordan Alvarez and Gunnar Henderson. I like that. That sounds like a good home run parlay. What else we got here? Yeah, MLB season's going to be fire, guys. I see a lot of us jumping out of the chat now. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll go get some food. Get ready for the games tonight. We got NBA playoffs, so might run back to the gym, get one more workout in, and then go watch fucking games. Have a beer, burn some calories so I can get a beer. I had the Brewers game for a no-run first inning, and then What the fuck else did I have? I said the Padres game. The Padres game. Padres, no run first inning, and then the Brewers game, no run first inning. I like those leans a lot. Somebody called out Jordan Alvarez and Gunnar Henderson in the chat. I do agree. That's a good look. I like Suzuki and Otani for a home run tonight. Called out a couple other guys as well. But that's kind of where I'm at. Royals, Brewers, Rays, all really good looks today if you wanted to play those guys on the money line. Royals, Brewers, Rays, all really good looks on the money line. Yankees scare me a little bit today. I think that I would want my money on the +1.5 for the Angels in this spot. I would also probably want my money on the +1.5. Oh man, potentially in the Cardinals game. And I'm curious to see what happens in the Seattle game. Seattle's looked really good lately, and Brian Wu has been untouchable. So I think the Seattle Mariners win this thing outright on the money line. But I would almost lean San Diego to keep this thing close enough. +1.5 for San Diego, being a dog at home. So those are a couple spread run lines that I like. Maybe San Diego +1.5, and then you could go. Braves is another good look. Braves for a bounce back game, -1.5 on the run line. That's another good look. Cardinals potentially for the run line +1.5, but they've been inconsistent, guys. I got a future on the Spurs. I got a future on the Spurs to win it all. I just think that team is deep. Victor Wembanyama is just a dog. I mean, he's a phenomenal talent. We haven't seen anything like him ever in the NBA. I mean, you could argue Shaq and Yao Ming, kind of had some like freak of nature type abilities, but Victor Wemby can shoot the three. Victor Wemby can still dribble the ball. Like, we haven't seen a guy that size, that long, who can block shots, play both ends, two-way player like him. And I think once he learns, maybe even puts a little bit of weight on, he's just going to be, and if he can stay healthy, he's just going to be one of the greatest players we've ever seen. I'm still waiting to see him turn into the player that can take over a game. He just doesn't do it night to night. I want to see him turn into that SGA, Jokic type player where he's going to come out and the books can't even give a line under 30. They just know that these guys are going to come out and ball every single night because they command and take over games. Once Wemby gets to that level, Spurs are going to be something to play. You don't want to play with them. So, whatever I just shouted out, you could take all money line. As far as MLB goes, I'm on the run lines on some of them, but the only one, like Braves on the money line, I don't know. It's -186. You're better off just taking the run line. I think after getting their ass whooped yesterday, they come out and they play. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, just covered MLB, guys. Just covered MLB. I got some stuff posted on my story. Obviously, blowout alert. Please download the app. It is free. You just got to go to it's posted on my story as well. It's inside of my YouTube links. I post it inside of the chats daily. So guys, blowout alert. It's a great app. If you want information, especially on NBA, go grab it. MLB will be up and running by the end of the month on blowout alert. It is a on the ball spread certified data and analytics stuff that I use to get my winning plays. So guys, that's where I'm at with it, man. Last shout outs on everything. Closing thoughts. Here we go. Closing thoughts. So if you're getting in now, you missed a little bit, but this is the closing thought. Miami Heat +7. It's too many points. +6.5, wherever you get the line at, just too many points. This is a playoff atmosphere. It's a win or go home game. I don't see them getting beat by double digits. I want the +7 in my pocket. Give me the Miami Heat +7. Charlotte Hornets may edge them out and get the win because they're at home. Younger may outshoot them tonight, but I want those points in my pocket. It seems too many points. I think this is a one possession game, or who has the ball last below a minute. So that's kind of where I'm going with this one. I believe it is a tight game. Then we move into the Suns game. I think the Suns defense wins this. Suns, you may want to lean on the under on that one, 216 on the under, but I really like the Suns here on the money line. I grabbed it earlier at -140. So if you wanted to grab the Suns on the money line, I think it's a great play. I think the defense wins, and they do have better and more talented, skilled position players from, Colin Gillespie, Devin Booker, Jalen Green, those guys. And if Jalen Green can step up tonight, that's the X factor. All right, and then outside of that, MLB closing thoughts. I don't think the Mets beat the Dodgers tonight. I think the Dodgers continue to roll. They're at home. They're going to be untouchable, it feels like, this season. We're in for something special with that team. So I will say that. I think Dodgers win once again. They cover the run line once again, -1.5. This game will be a little bit tighter because Nolan McLean is on the mound. So that's not a favorite play of the day because of the pitcher that the Mets have on the mound. You may want to look at the +1.5 there. This could be. Issue is the Mets haven't hit the ball. That's why I'm not on the Mets side. So I would go Dodgers here in this instance. Final thoughts outside of the Dodgers. I would say the Rays on the money line is a great play. Royals on the money line is another good look. And then the Brewers on the money line is another good look. If you wanted to look at the Braves -1.5, you could do that. Or you could do Pittsburgh -1.5 on the run line. And if you wanted to take plus runs, you could do San Diego +1.5. That's another good look. And that's kind of where I'm at, guys. Signing off. First basket tonight, Donovan Clingan and Brandon Miller. 2 players going yard tonight, Shohei Ohtani. And kind of like the shout out old boy had in the chat, Jordan Alvarez and Gunnar Henderson. But we can stick with Ohtani and Suzuki as well off of the Cubs. So, all right, guys, I'll see y'all next time. Book the one way. If you want my plays, I have the bronze package where you get 1 daily premium straight, 2 parlays, silver, 1 lock, 3 parlays, gold, all the locks. So guys, check it out. Got the descriptions on the link in the bio. I'll see y'all next time. All right, YouTube, I appreciate it. Obviously, I stream it off Instagram as well. And I hope that you agree with some of these takes. Feel free to like and drop a follow, subscribe, give your comments. Give me who you like in the comments on MLB tonight, home runs, whatever. Let's see if it cashes. Signing off. Have a good one.